Hey guys, what's up? It's Kimberly Wright here, realtor here in the state of Arizona, and I'm going to be telling you why I love the West Valley here in the state of Arizona. Not just because I grew up here, but before we get into this, you guys should know that the state of Arizona, actually the Phoenix metropolitan area, is split up into I would say 3 or 4 different sections, okay? So we have the East Valley and the West Valley, and if you guys have seen my videos before, I've explained this many of times, but if you are brand new, go ahead and click that subscribe button below, click that little notification bell so you can get a notification every single time I upload a new video. I am talking about Arizona, all things Arizona, the housing market in Arizona, and I'm going to be traveling around the state of Arizona coming this summer as well, summer 2022. So keep an eye out for those vlogs because they will be coming soon. I'm so stoked. You guys, I'm also an Arizona state licensed realtor here in the state of Arizona. So if you're looking to move here, you're not sure what area is the best for you, you're not sure, what school districts are best for your kiddos, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I am here to help serve and support you at the highest possible level. Let's go. Look at this. This is insane. Okay. So one of the first reasons why I love the West Valley is because I was born and raised in the West Valley. I grew up in a pretty new build community. They were built in 2004, and there was a lot of farmland around us. I grew up in Peoria, Old Town Peoria, before all of these new builds started coming in. It was just a lot of farmland. We have the railroad track right there, so it's kind of like I grew up in the country, but I kind of didn't because I didn't live on a farm or a ranch or anything. My mom did, but the West Valley, what I'm getting to here, okay, I'm rambling on, but what I'm getting to is the West Valley it's brand spanking new. So there's been so much exponential growth over the last 10 to 15 years. It is insane. It is crazy. And it just keeps growing, so you won't see a lot of growth like this in the East Valley as you do in the West Valley. So there's a lot of land, there's a lot of families out here, there's a lot of suburbs out here. It's very rural area as well. And one of the main reasons why I love it is because it is so new. Like I said, it's very rural, and everyone is so friendly out here. It's a very tight-knit community, especially those of us who have been here since day one, and we all kind of know each other. We all kind of grew up around each other, so it's a very close-knit community. So one of the things that I keep hearing from a lot of people who contact me about living in the West Valley, and this is one thing that I think is so funny. So people will contact me and they'll say, "Hey Kim, I heard that avenues aren't really the best places to live." And when they say about avenues, is Arizona's set up on a grid system, right? So in Central Phoenix, you have Central Avenue. And on the east side of Central, you have all of the streets going all the way out to Tempe, Scottsdale, Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert. And on the west side of Central Avenue, you have all of the avenues. So people who grew up in the East Valley say avenues are horrible. People who grew up in the West Valley say streets are horrible. That's just not the case. I grew up in a very nice area in the West Valley off of 83rd Ave and Peoria, and I went to a great school. I am just fine. I'm doing well. It's a great area. So don't let that fool you, all right? Definitely do your research on that. So in the West Valley, it is all avenues over here. In the East Valley, you have all streets. So keep that in mind, all right? So if you're in a street, you know you're in the East Valley. All right, number two, one of my other favorite things about the West Valley is not only are you closer to the state of California. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get away from California. I don't wanna be there. But hear me out, okay? Hear me out. You get easier access to the highways in the West Valley than you do in the East Valley. You have the I-10 over here, you have the 303, you have the 60 Grand, you have the 101, and you have the I-17, which can take you directly up north. And the I-10 freeway, believe it or not, cuts all the way through to, all the way through Buckeye, Tonopah, Yuma, or actually not Yuma, but it goes all the way through, and you can hit Santa Monica just taking it all the way through, okay? So you can get to California just like that. If you're on the East Valley, you're adding maybe an extra hour and a half, 2 hours to your trip to go to California. So if you're moving to Arizona and you're moving to Arizona from the state of California and you're wanting to be closer to family, the West Valley may be your best choice unless you're wanting to just hop on an airplane. Then you're good. All right, then you're good. My number 3 thing that I just love about the West Valley is we don't get as much monsoon storms. And a lot of people come here and they're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is a monsoon? Kim, what is a haboob? What the heck are you talking about? Boobs? What? No, it's a haboob. It is a huge, giant dust storm. It is a cloud of, literally like a wall of dust. A lot of people are terrified of them. I think they're kind of pretty and they're cool looking. They're like huge giants. I sound crazy. But the reason why I think they're so cool is because growing up here, you kind of learn how to deal with them. You don't want to be outside when there's a dust storm. You don't want to be outside when there's microbursts, especially when it's raining like crazy and the winds are like, 25 plus miles per hour. You don't want to be outside. But here in the West Valley, we get very, very little of those monsoon rains and those monsoon storms. In the East Valley, that is where you're going to see a lot of it. There's going to be trees knocked down on roofs, there's going to be flooding in the streets, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. And one of the reasons, I believe, this is just my opinion, for that, a lot of that flooding in the streets over there in the East Valley is because a lot of the streets over there are a lot older, especially in the downtown Phoenix area, because a lot of those roadways date back to the 1920s and the 1930s, whereas here in the West Valley, a lot of our streets and roadways and our neighborhoods aren't really in flood zones like you'll see in the East Valley, because our roadways are built to maintain these monsoon storms with all the new builds and the new construction here in the West Valley these days. So that's another thing. You're not going to see a whole lot of rain over here, and if you're moving to Arizona, you don't want the cold, you don't want the wet anyways, right? So it's a win-win situation. And you still get a bit of it. So it's not like you don't get any. You still get some rain, some storms and things like that, but nothing like you'll see in the East Valley, which is wonderful. All right, my 4th favorite thing about the West Valley, and this just may be me being an old soul and being like a little bit of a loner, but I love that it's so quiet here. It is so quiet. It is so friendly, oh my goodness. I can never say this word correctly or this phrase correctly. Family friendly. It's family friendly. It is so family friendly here. I always say family friendly. Anyways, it is so family friendly here in the West Valley. And it's because a lot of our homes are, like I said, they're newer. It's very suburban here. We have a lot of the suburbs over here. It's very rural. You are going to see a lot of cowboys and trucks and farmers and ranchers out here in the Buckeye, Goodyear, West Surprise, West Peoria areas. So we are also very right out here in Arizona. So I'm just going to put that out there. And one of my other favorite things about the West Valley, with it being so quiet, is the fact that there's also still, like I said, a lot of growth coming, you guys. So another thing that I'm going to say is, with all of this, because we're so new, our entertainment districts, guess what? Are brand spanking new as well. So you're not, touring around Old Town Scottsdale or Mill Ave in Tempe or downtown Phoenix. All of this is new and is built within the last, 10 years or so. We have a whole lot of new construction coming over here to the Glendale area. Buckeye is going to be building some new stuff soon. Peoria is building some new stuff. Surprise is building a new outlet mall as well. So it's going to be brand spanking new. So if you guys are looking for that new feel, that modern style, this is going to be the area for you. And it's also very, very, like I said, family friendly, and it's very quiet. All right, and my number 5th favorite thing about living in the West Valley, believe it or not, home prices in the West Valley are a lot more affordable than the East Valley. And there's some reasons behind that, okay? Like I said multiple times, what do I usually say? The West Valley is new. The West Valley is new, okay? So the home prices out here, because there's not a lot going on just yet, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. So for a, let's say like 2,500 square foot home out here in the West Valley, 3-bed, 2-bath, can be listed at $450,000, brand spanking new. Whereas if you go to purchase it in Scottsdale or Mesa or Queen Creek, Chandler, Gilbert, that home may be worth $550,000. All right. So keep that in mind if you guys are looking for a more affordable option here in the state of Arizona, in the Phoenix metropolitan area. Now, with that being said, Another thing that I don't really like about the West Valley, but this is probably one reason why our homes are priced the way they are, is the school districts out here aren't necessarily the best in the state. Now, not all of them, okay? You have Dysart Unified School District, which is wonderful. You have the Peoria Unified School District, which is wonderful as well. Buckeye and Goodyear are catching up, all right? Whereas in the East Valley, you have Gilbert, you have Scottsdale, and you have Chandler. Gilbert is considered, it is actually ranked the #1 safest city in the US, and their school district is the #1 ranked school district in the state of Arizona, Scottsdale following them, all right? So that is one reason why the home prices in the East Valley are a little bit higher up there. But if you guys are looking for great school districts, if you're looking for a special education program for your kids, if they have an IUP or any special needs that they are needing attended to, definitely let me know. That's something I can get you more information on, and we can do research on that together. Because here in the West Valley, there are options. We have a ton of private schools here in Arizona. We have a ton of charter schools here in Arizona, and obviously a buttload of public schools as well. So if you guys have questions, you can always, like I said, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I am here to help serve and support you guys at the highest possible level. If you guys need anything, you can always reach out. If you're wondering what area is the best for you, if you're looking to move here, if you have friends moving here, give me a call. I am here to help you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and click that subscription button below. Go ahead and click that little notification bell so you can get a notification every single time I upload a new video. Thanks, guys.